What's going on, everybody? Mike here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, it's kind of dark out. It's actually early morning. I just dropped the kids off at school. Now we're going to take the Denali across the street to Ford, and they're going to be replacing the water pump and stuff for me. It's got the box in it. That's one of the things I called Smart Start. Now, this video is basically kind of like how to get your vehicle serviced if you have like a Smart Start box. I apologize for the glare as well. I don't have any of my camera cleaning stuff on me. Hang on a second. Okay, that's way better. I just used some shop towels. Yeah, it's about how to get your vehicle serviced if you have a Smart Start box. Apparently, you cannot touch your vehicle for any kind of service or anything if it's in there. Any kind of modification, anything you can't do. It's tampering. Had a good conversation with them yesterday morning about, the protocols. And basically, it's, anything that you have to do to your vehicle need done. Even as simple as a battery replacement. Like if your battery is weak and you need to get your battery replaced, you can't do it yourself. You got to get it done. You got to call Smart Start, let them know. There's lockout procedures. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It could be considered illegal tampering, yada yada yada. So they're happy that I called. So what you do if your vehicle has to go in for service is you call them and let them know. But first of all, is when you're booking your service, you let the people that you're taking your vehicle to know that there's a Smart Start box in there. And a lot of people, like a lot of the big shops, are familiar with them, which is awesome. So that's what you kind of want to look out for. Some of the smaller shops are as well. A lot of them like to kind of steer you away. They're not interested in it, so which is what it is. But Ford here across the street, they're familiar with it and they're willing to do it. So yeah, that's all you do is you call, you let them know. They make a little thing on your file, of when it's going in and stuff like that. And you take your vehicle, you drop it off, and they do whatever they're gonna do. And then apparently when they're done, they call. Like the Ford will call and get their own lockout code and all that stuff, and then everything will be perfect like it was when I dropped it off. Fingers crossed, right? People are wondering why I didn't take it over to Dodge, which is like we got Ford right there and Dodge right there. Well, they never responded. Like they never replied. They never got back to me. Nothing like that. Last week when this happened, it was New Year's. Nobody was open, so I dropped an email to both of them. Hey guys, whenever one of you guys is open first, like whenever you guys are open, hit me back. Here's what's up. Dodge never replied at all. Ford was eager, willing, wanting to do it. So shout out to Dodge or to Ford. We're gonna go drop this off. I gotta make sure here. Sorry, folks. This is for my own little bit of security. Got all my parts here. Right. That I want them to install. Hopefully they install all these. They should, right? They're a good. It's Ford, right? They shouldn't dick me around. So here we go. Let me fire up the Denali. Hasn't fired up since we pulled it in here. It's been on the battery tender. So I'm gonna get the battery tender off of it. I'm gonna start this thing up, and then we will take it over to Ford. We'll see you guys when we get there. Alright folks, welcome back. It's the end of the day. Just got my truck back from Ford. I didn't film there at all because it's in and outs and the hustle and the bustles and the guys and stuff like that. I didn't want to bug anybody, and I wanted them to get my vehicle in and out as fast as they could possibly do it. And they did. Comment down below, how much do you think they charged me to replace the water pump? And I'll tell you guys here at the end of the video. But let's take a look here at what all they replaced. I got my flashlight. So as you can see, we got a brand new water pump. And it looks like they cleaned up the bolts and everything really well. Or put new hardware in it. Brand new belt is on there as well. They put it on backwards though, as you can see. I'd rather have that facing forward, but I can always take it off and flip it. That new water pump, they put the new tensioner up there. The new lower hose is on. Oops, sorry guys. This guy here is good. What they did is they ran it up to temp made sure nothing was leaking. They pressure tested everything. And yes, the water pump was leaking. So that was the issue, folks. So hopefully now we'll get the last 4 months out of this thing. So, and we'll be able to go to Bucks and get stuff like the battery cover and just some other parts for it. So, but comment down below how much you guys think it cost me to do this, or at the dealer. And then, and I'd like to hear what you guys think. Like I said, at the end, I'll tell you how much it cost. The Smart Start stuff that they had to do, all they do is they call Smart Start. They get a deactivation code, which deactivates the box so that they can do all their work and their testing and all that kind of jazz. And then they call and reactivate it. So, which costs about 50 bucks, 60, depending on which shop you go to. So, got a little bit of fog happening in my lights. I don't like that. Eek. But it is what it is. Anyways, I'm going to leave it now overnight. We've got nothing dripping underneath it. So I'm going to leave it sit overnight. And we'll be back to see if it drips or anything. And then we'll end the video there. But comment down below what you guys think it cost me to get a new water pump installed with the belt and all that kind of stuff. So you'd be surprised. But how damn does she ever look good? And she's back on the road. 4 more months till freedom. I can't wait. Alrighty, folks. It is the next day. A little bit warmer out, as you can tell. Wearing a different jacket. Let's see. Fingers crossed that this is all fixed. And I also discovered some things that Ford did that actually made me pretty happy. And explains why there was some shop supply stuff. But check this out. Underneath, we got nothing at all. No drips, no nothing. So, and underneath here, as you can see, Ford replaced my water pump. If you guys look at the hardware, they cleaned up my old hardware really, really well so that it almost looks brand new. I was really, really, really impressed by that. So, kudos to the team at Two-Way Service in Saudi. The only thing I don't like is the belt on backwards, but that's mild, right? So, huge shout out to the guys at Two-Way Service in Saudi for getting this in quick, getting it done. My coolant level, I think, is a little low. Yeah, I'll have to top it up. I have some coolant at Mum's. I'll go grab that here shortly because I'm going to go take this thing for a drive. So, we can top that up. Not a big deal. But other than that, folks, everything still seems to be good. This here doesn't seem to be, leaking anymore like it was. Sorry, like this here. Doesn't seem to be leaking like it was. It's still a little damp, but, you'll probably get that for a bit. Needs to be pressure washed. I think the alternator may be going. just a thought. So, over here, they didn't tighten that up, which is fine. That's fine. Everything looks fine. So, alright. Well, I'm going to fire this thing up. Me and Haley are going to take it for a drive around for a bit, get it up to temperature, stuff like that. And I might piss around for a bit with it. Then I'll bring it back, and we'll check it again tomorrow morning to see if there's anything under dripping or nothing. And if not, and if everything's still good, then I'm going to call this 100% success, which I should already do it because it's a dealership, right? I did notice, though, if you guys look at the nut down there, like they were beating on it pretty hard. So, yeah, it was in from 9:30 a.m. and I picked it up at 4 p.m. So it was there all day. Again, comment down below how much you guys think it cost me to get a water pump put in this thing. So this thing looks fucking nice. But so what do you think it cost me, folks? New belt, new water pump, upper idler pulley. I got not the upper idler, the tensioner pulley. New belt. The upper idler pulley there, the one they sent me was too small. But what do you guys think it cost? I'd love to hear it. Anyways, I'm going to go take this thing for a drive now, and we will be back. Just tell you guys if it overheated or anything like that. So stay tuned. Alright, got it running. still making a little bit of a noise from that idler. I do have to get one, but other than that, runs good, looks good. So I will say though that, you know, usually when you worry about taking your vehicles into dealerships and stuff, you're always like, well, if I take it in for this, they're going to recommend this, this, and this, right? That's just the fear we all have. I was worried about that too for a long time. That's why I never like taking my stuff to dealerships, because I like driving greasy old hillbilly rigs, right? Well, Ford here were so awesome. They went over this fucking thing, right? And they were like, yo, you got a solid unit here. So they didn't recommend any other services. Like when I'm at the end I'll grab the bill and they'll tally up. I'll tell you how much it costs and stuff. But yeah, they didn't recommend any other services. They were just, yeah, they like this thing. So either they were saying that because they want it on their lot, but you never know. She runs really good. Like, I love this old girl. She runs, you know, she's not smoky. Too bad, you know, it's cold out, so you're gonna get some smoke, but no big clouds of white exhaust smoke, none of that shit, right? Not burning any coolant. They did my mirrors, I see. They cleaned them or something, because there's some shit all down the side there. That's what that smell was yesterday. They detailed my shit a bit. So shitty. That's why I gotta take this thing and wash it. Not a big deal, but I'm gonna let this thing run and warm up, take it for a drive, and then I'll park it back and I'll see you guys in the morning to see if anything, or well, you know what, I'll see you guys after when I bring it back to tell you guys if it overheated or fuck all. So see you then. Alright, just got back from a good 20-minute drive with it. Everything in here, as you can see, is no longer frosted up. But yeah, she's all good to go. Nothing seems to be leaking. The block bin here, I think, seems to have as much coolant as it did before. Yeah, so I'm gonna top it up with some right there. So not a big deal. We've got no leaks underneath. So I'd say that is a success. Now, the brass tacks that everybody's wondering, what did it cost, hey? To replace the water pump? Well, this is like the first, you know, page of it, right? And it tells you here what they all did. They had to do the smart start stuff, which was $50. And then, you know, they pressure tested the system twice. And all that kind of shit, right? The water pump, all that. They estimated it at about $702. Okay? The grand total was $917.61. So, where's the thing here? So for $918 purchased, I got my water pump replaced. Does that make me happy? Yeah and no. No, because if my shoulder wasn't gimped, I had to save myself $1,000. Right? That's the whole reason why I got into mechanics to begin with, is to save money. But is it fixed and I'm happy? You bet your ass. I'm stoked. Especially if it's not going to leak and drip, and they pressure tested it and everything's fine. I just got to top up coolant here and there, as air does bleed off the system eventually, like, through time. But other than that, I'm happy. It's back up and running. Everything looks good. I would definitely recommend you take your vehicles to two-way service here in Saudi if you have any problems with them. Chevy or Ford or Dodge, doesn't matter. Like I said, I have the mainline Dodge in town here didn't return any of my calls, my emails, and I've heard actually kind of bad things about them. I'm not throwing any shade. I wanted to try them out for myself. So, but I guess we'll have to find out about that in the future, right? But two-way, yeah, they've been amazing. Since we haven't had a Chevy dealership in this town in about 20 years, which is kind of shitty if you have a Chevy dealership vehicle, and that's another reason why I've been working on them by myself, because I was a GM tech, and when we lost our GM stuff here, I was like, well, who's gonna fix my stuff now? I guess I have to do it all myself now. And now I can't, but it's life. Anyways, folks, that's where I'm going to end the video. Stay positive. That's all I got to say. Stay positive and things will work out. I was stressing out big time about this thing because, I've only got 4 months to go and then I'm free from Smart Start. Like, I'm free. I can drive the Tahoe. We can get the brown truck at the farm. Like, we can actually go out and work on it, and I can actually drive it home if I get it running. I don't have to worry about trailering it or anything like that. It gives me more motivation to get on some of my projects that have been sitting because I can actually legally drive them when I get them running. So that's a huge bonus. Anyways, that's where I'm going to end today's video. I think next video might be, it might be my birthday. So we might go for maybe a birthday junkyard walk around or something. I'm not too sure. Comment down below. I'd like to hear it. I see my lights are starting to fog up. So those people, yeah, the thing, Ford put some stuff on my, on my lights. I wish I wouldn't have. And my mirrors and my windows, and it made a mess, and it kind of stinks real bad. That's the only negative thing I have to say. But it is what it is. Anyways, folks, until next time, take care of yourselves. Love you. And God bless.